Hello, everyone, and welcome to CyberSpace Metta Meditation, hosted by BGF. In the last session, I spoke about the 5 mental factors of concentration, and these factors arises as our meditation deepens. Now, the factors mentioned in the last section are also connected with the experience of jhana, or deep mental absorption that occurs in meditation. And if you recall, these factors are vitaka, which is the initial application, vichara, sustained application, piti, spelled as P-I-T-I, is joy. Piti is the Pali word for joy, not P-I-T-Y, which is having some kind of a pity or sympathy. Piti, P-I-T-I. Sukha, which is happiness, and ekagata, one-pointedness, or the unification of the mind. Now, if you have missed this presentation, I encourage you to view the last video where I gave a explanation about these factors on YouTube. Now, this evening, I will speak about the 5 mental factors. They are obstacles to meditation. Tranquil meditation opens the door to a higher level of tranquility and happiness. And this goes far beyond what is available from ordinary sensual pleasure that are sought after by so many people. But those who are trying to deepen their meditation face difficulties because mental hindrances arise during the meditation. And the meditator might be discouraged to proceed further because he's not aware that these obstacles arise especially during the early stages of meditation, and he does not know how to deal with them. So the hindrances that can occur in meditation, there are 5 of them. The Pali word for them is nivarana, or hindrances. So in short, the 5 nivaranas are: number 1, craving for sensual pleasures; number 2, dissatisfaction or anger; number 3, sleepiness; 4, mental wandering and worry; and 5, skeptical doubts. Now, let me go through one by one. The first is craving for sensual pleasure. This is the first category of hindrance that arise during one's meditation. When you go for a retreat, you need to observe some extra precepts. For instance, fasting after lunch. That is one of the precepts that you observe. Now, during the meditation, when the stomach gets a little hungry, the idea of eating something that a person enjoys could arise in the mind. Or maybe when he's in the meditation room, he wished that maybe the room should be air-conditioned because he's not so used to putting up with a humid afternoon. So the longing for various pleasurable objects can arise during meditation, and this is quite natural. They can be wide-ranging, so it depends on what the meditator is most attached to. The craving for sensual pleasures could be very strong, so it takes the meditator away from the meditation object. This is especially the case when a person's meditation has not built up yet. It's just starting. For instance, when practicing metta meditation or breath meditation, the meditator may have the desire to eat maybe ice creams, or maybe even durian, which is a strong fruit. Yeah? Or maybe somebody brings a durian to the retreat center and the smell reaches the meditation hall, and a person begins to long to eat some durian. And it can remain in the mind. Or maybe someone in the neighborhood started playing some music, and the songs could be music that the meditator is reminded of during his childhood, songs that he had heard when he was young or during school days. And then starts all kinds of thinking start arising. And sometimes when a person entertained the sound of music in the mind, the music could keep repeating itself in the mind for a long time. Or maybe if you have been following some Korean drama series on Netflix, he is thinking about what is the next episode going to be, because the last one was a cliffhanger. So this is when we talk about the sensual attachment being a form of hindrance to his meditation. Okay, and so if you're not careful, the mind begin to start wandering. They'll start to wander, becomes restless, and become non-concentrated. Okay, so it becomes a difficult. It creates difficulty for the beginner because it takes him away from his meditation object, and it can be terribly frustrating. He wants to get started in his meditation, but the sensual thoughts always pull him away. And he might even think, why should I meditate any longer? Isn't not better for me to get up and satisfy my desire right now, and maybe return to the meditation? Maybe the meditation might become better after that. Some of those thoughts like that might arise. Or he thinks, what is the point to continue this practice? I might as well satisfy my desire. It's much easier and a better way out. Let me quit. So sometimes people quit from the meditation, especially when the feelings are very strong for the beginner. And it is a great pity because the person will miss a great opportunity to develop his concentration and experience happiness and joy that comes from meditation. I heard of cases where a person is so disturbed by mental hindrance that he climbs, this meditator climbs over the retreat center, the gate of the retreat center to get out. He basically wants to run away from the retreat centers. It's that bad. Now, what the meditator needs to do is to keep his thoughts of sensual attachment in check. And when he does that, his meditation might develop and he might be able to gain higher level of happiness and tranquility. Okay? So, but he needs to have patience. He needs to keep on returning to the meditation object. The process of taking note of a distracting thought, dropping that distracting thought and coming back to the meditation object is something that the meditator needs to do all the time. And when he keeps on doing that, it actually strengthens his mindfulness and concentration. And eventually, his mind will settle down and he will have much less trouble with the distracting thoughts. So he needs to persevere, and then later on, the experience will be worth it. Yeah. So that is the first mental hindrance, thoughts of sexual desires. The second is feeling of dissatisfaction or anger. So this is the second mental hindrance. Now, at the beginning of the practice, it is natural for the mind to wander from one object to the other. Yeah. So some beginners, their minds are not steady. They are not able to concentrate on the meditation object, no matter how hard they try. So they become frustrated, they become dissatisfied, and they become angry with themselves, especially when they open their eyes and look around. Everybody seems to be meditating so well, except them. So they get very upset, they get very frustrated. And sometimes the anger and irritation could arise within the retreat center itself. There might be certain things about the retreat center that is not completely satisfactory to him, or maybe it could be the environment, it could be the weather. Sometimes it could be the teacher, or sometimes fellow yogis. So these are the dissatisfaction that can arise and take a person away from the meditation object. Now, if you allow this dissatisfaction to intensify and fester, it becomes difficult to remain on the meditation object, and one's practice is ruined. So the way to deal with this obstacle is not to build up unnecessary expectations, because when these expectations are not fulfilled, a person will feel frustrated or dissatisfied. So when we go for meditation, we need to take it easy. Know each time when the mind has strayed and bring the mind back to the meditation object. And if you keep on doing that, you will develop strength in your practice. Sometimes beginners are over anxious. They have unrealistic expectations of quick results. Very quickly, they want to get into jhana, or maybe they want to be enlightened in the first retreat. So sometimes these meditators overexert themselves in their meditation practice, and which sometimes could lead to physical pain or discomfort. You know, when you sit for a while in a certain posture, the pain is definitely going to arise. Maybe in the back, maybe in the legs. And when you have pain, uh, you should change your posture. There's no problem about that. But some yogis heard from other meditators that you should sit and observe the pain until it goes away. So they sit down and try to watch the pain until the pain goes away. Of course, this is not something going to happen in the early stage of the meditation. Indeed, it is possible for the pain to go away during sitting meditation, but this can only occur when you're well advanced in your concentration, and it takes days to develop before you can come to that stage. So you need to be reasonable. You don't push yourself too much because it leads to tiredness, dizziness, or headaches, which in turn gives rise to dissatisfaction and the wish to stop your meditation. And such dissatisfaction work against the progress of developing concentration. Therefore, you should not overdo in applying too much effort. Just proceed with your meditation in a relaxed manner. The more relaxed you are, the better it is. But just keep the mind alert, be relaxed. Now, sometimes during meditation, the yogi might become dissatisfied because he recalls or thinks of something that occurred in the past. Maybe it is an argument, or maybe it is a feeling that, oh, you know, he has not been treated fairly in a certain situation. And just thinking that somebody has caused this gives rise to anger. You know, something that happened a long time ago gives rise to anger, and it becomes an obstacle to the meditation practice. So sometimes there's a fear about something might happen in the future. They get worried for nothing. So if these thoughts arise in the mind, you need to drop them immediately. Don't allow these thoughts to gain momentum, because if you entertain them, they will gather force. Yeah. And there'll come a time when you will not be able to stop them. It keeps on recurring again and again. So you need to nip these thoughts right in the bud. So we exercise awareness of dissatisfaction when the dissatisfaction arises in the mind. And soon the thoughts will disappear. And so the yogi can go back to his meditation. So this is what we keep doing. Yeah? This is how we train ourselves. The third hindrance is that of sleepiness. It could be sleepiness, or it could be a dull and unresponsive state of the mind. Yes, this occurs. So when you sit down and meditate, the mind is not alert all the time. Sometimes the mind gets sleepy. Sometimes it's dull. It doesn't want to do anything. It's unresponsive. All right. So you need to think what is best to resolve this issue. Sometimes it's just a matter of getting a good nap. Some yogis feel very guilty about taking naps, but if you're really sleepy, go and sleep. Because sometimes for people who are very busy, they don't get enough sleep. And the sleepiness comes when they get to the retreat center, because there are not much activities to distract the mind. And just keeping the mind on one object is calming, maybe too calming, and that very quickly leads to sleepiness. But you need to figure out what is the best technique to get out of sleepiness. And it's not always the same technique that works all the time. Sometimes this is a matter of changing the meditation object. Say, for instance, you have been meditating on your breath or metta, which is very calming and makes you feel sleepy. Then you change, like scanning the body with the inner smile, which is slightly more active as a form of meditation. And after that, you can return back to your breath or to metta. Or maybe sometimes changing the position where you sit in the room. Sit in an area that is bright. Or sometimes when you're sleepy, you can rub your face, rub your arms, maybe pull your ears, wash your face. Or sometimes it's a matter of changing posture. Just get up and start walking, because walking is more active than sitting. So that is how you need to deal with sleepiness. That is one of the hindrances that will occur during meditation. The fourth hindrance is mental wandering and worrying. And this arises when the yogi is not able to focus on the meditation object. And sometimes it is worry about nothing. Maybe when he's meditating, a thought arises in his mind. Have I forgotten to lock the gate or to lock the front door? Or did I forget to turn off the gas in the stove? Wow, because of that, he keeps worrying. He cannot meditate. Actually, there's nothing wrong with the gas, nothing wrong. He has locked the gate, but it comes as a form of worry. And once the worry starts, it's impossible for him to meditate. He gets very anxious, he gets distressed and uneasy. And the mind doesn't want to settle on the meditation object, okay? And so he feels, or sometimes the yogi feels dissatisfied with himself. And maybe sometimes he has some trouble trying to hold on to the meditation object. He might even think, oh, maybe I cannot meditate. The thought arises. And when such an obstacle arises, the yogi should be aware of the present moment and not be attached to the thought. He should not blame himself or look down on himself or be discouraged in his practice. He should realize that this is only one of the 5 mental hindrances that arise during meditation. And when a thought or when a hindrance arises, he should not give it energy. You give energy to a hindrance when you react to it or when you get involved in the thought. Okay, so what you need to do is you just need to take note of the process. A thought, a hindrance have arisen, and do not be tied up with the content of that hindrance. If you react and identify with the thought, you are giving energy to that hindrance, and it becomes more powerful. It gets worse, yeah, and you're less able to concentrate. Okay, so just observe the process and just drop it the moment when it arises, and return back to your meditation. The 5th hindrance is called doubt and skepticism. And sometimes the beginner might be unsure about the teacher or maybe about the practice and the benefits that you can derive from meditation. Sometimes this gives rise to fear and uncertainty in the mind, and it prevents him from concentrating. So these obstacles relate to the irrational uncertainty coupled with indecision and unreasonable doubt about the real benefits of meditation. He might have even doubts about himself and the benefits of the practice, especially in the beginning part of his meditation. He will encounter obstacles and hindrances. He doesn't realize that these hindrances and experiences are common to all meditators. He's not alone. So he should tell himself that these doubts are baseless, and so he should not give in to them. Otherwise, he will deny himself the opportunity to gain new experiences. Furthermore, there are many benefits of meditation that has been scientifically validated, and he should not have doubts about the effectiveness of meditation. Now, as he continues with his practice with patience, over time his practice will develop and he become more confident, especially when he begins to get good experiences from the meditation. So these are the 5 hindrances. We need to understand about them. We need to understand that the 5 hindrances will arise in meditation, yeah. But please don't let this hindrance discourage us from our practice. Now, it is important for beginners to be fully aware that the hindrances that occurs during meditation, and that we should not fall prey to these thoughts. The mind is tricky, and the mind will come up with all sorts of ideas and tricks and excuses in order to get us to stop meditating. These are the tricks of the mind. So you can say, aha, my tricky mind, here you are again. I know you're up to your tricks to distract me from meditation. I know that this is your trick. I won't give in to your tricky ways. Yeah. So when a person has awareness, the meditation practice will not be distracted from this mental hindrance. This is compared to the house owner. When he is aware that a burglar has entered the house, the moment he becomes aware, the burglar will be scared away. Burglar will keep away because the house owner knows that he's inside the house. We need to have patience in dealing with hindrance, and you need to let go the thoughts of sensual desire or dissatisfaction. You need to learn how to deal with sleepiness, wandering thoughts and doubts, and then return to the meditation object without getting upset with yourself, especially because you don't seem to get into concentration. You know that this is the early stage of meditation. And in the early stage, a lot of mental hindrances will arise. And now, if it is not the thought of essential desire, it will be the thought of anger and dissatisfaction. So calmly put these thoughts down and return to the meditation object. Keep doing this. Each time when you do this, you'll be accumulating concentration power, and your meditation will strengthen, and eventually your meditation will gain momentum. And after a while, you will actually be less bothered by these hindrances because much less will arise. And this will occur when your meditation deepens. And not only will the mental hindrances become less and less, eventually they will subside. And at that time, you'll find it, wow, it is easy for you to remain on the meditation object. You don't need to struggle. The mind just takes an affinity to the meditation object. And when that happens, you're really on your way to one-pointedness of the mind. And when, of course, when you get one-pointedness of the mind, you'll also experience the joy and happiness that arise from the one-pointed mind. And it is a very beautiful feeling, a very inspiring feeling. All right, so that is some information that you need to know about the 5 hindrances that arise from meditation. All right, so if you're ready right now, we will proceed with our practice of metta meditation. As you know, first we send metta to ourselves and then to others. It's only because we like to make ourselves as a vessel for love and kindness. We make use of 4 wishes. The first wish is, may my heart be peaceful and free. Having a heart that is free from hostility, from anger, from aversion, from hatred, from grudges. How wonderful. That's the first wish. Second wish is, may my mind be happy. That is having a contented and relaxed mind. A mind that is free from fear, from worries, from anxieties. The third wish is a wish for your body. A wish that your body will become healthy. May my body be healthy. And that is to enjoy good health, to be free from physical pain like sickness and ill health. And fourthly, may I be well and happy. And that is to be able to live our life with ease and happiness. All right, so 4 wishes. If you have been following metta meditation for a while, then doing these 4 wishes is not much of an issue. But if you're just starting metta meditation, maybe 4 wishes might be too many for you to remember. Then in which case, no problem. You can just make 1 wish or 2 wishes. You could say, may my heart be peaceful and free. And just use that as a wish. All right, keep repeating in your mind. Or may I be well and happy. Or may my heart be peaceful, may my mind be happy. So you can make use of a combination of this. The thing is, when you do meditation, we do not want you to be thinking, what is my next wish? So in a sense, when you have learned these wishes, it becomes almost automatic in your meditation. So if you're ready right now, I will ring the bell and we will proceed with the meditation. So slowly close your eyes and take a few deep breaths. As you take a breath, you have a feeling of calmness. Have a sense of contentment in your heart. There is really nothing else that you require right now except to dedicate yourself to the practice of love and kindness. Now we begin with the practice of the inner smile. This is a traditional meditation practice to enhance health and well-being. You know that when you smile, a smile is connected with peace, happiness, friendliness, relaxation. So we begin with the crown. Just be aware of the crown of your head, and you might even feel some sensations in your crown area. Can you feel anything there in your skull? Now bring a smile to the crown area. Let the crown smile. Now just be aware of your forehead. Can you feel your forehead? Bring a smile to your forehead. Now be aware of the spot between your eyebrows and bring a smile to that spot. Bring the smile inside so that it touches the cells, the neurons, the connectors in your brain, bringing a sense of freshness, of youth, of clarity to your brains. Be aware of your eyes and touch your eyes with loving kindness, bringing smiles to your eyes. Now be aware of your cheeks, bringing a smile to your cheeks. Now be aware of your throat. Bring a smile to your throat. And just bring it down to your thyroid gland that is found at the base of your neck. And bring the smile lower down into your heart. Let your heart open up with warmth, with kindness, with love. A smile for your heart. Let the smile spread to your lungs. Blessings for your lungs and heart, for keeping you alive from day to day, from hour to hour, from moment to moment. And move your attention to the solar plexus. So your solar plexus is really a nerve center. When you experience anger or frustration or fear, it is normally the solar plexus that get tightened. And a solar plexus that is stressed up will tend to influence the organs close to the solar plexus, organs like your liver, which is on your right side of the body, just below the ribs. Bring a smile to your solar plexus. And with that relaxation, bring relaxation and smiles to your liver. So let your liver be healthy. Love and kindness for your liver. And on the left side of your body to your spleen. and pancreas. These are vital organs of your body. The pancreas will also rest against your stomach. It secretes enzymes to help you break your sugar so that you can gain energy from the food that you eat. So bring a smile to your pancreas, to your spleen. And being aware of your kidneys at the back, around your waist. A smile for your kidneys. Thanking your kidneys for helping you to filter your blood. And now to your urinary tract, your bladder. A smile for your urinary system. And from your stomach, which is part of your digestive system, also to the small intestines and to the large intestines. Smile and wishing good health to your stomach, to your intestines, small and large. And for the males, your prostate gland, smile at your prostate glands. The females, the uterus and ovary. Let us now refine our mindfulness a little more by watching the breath. The breath that brushes against the nostril as you breathe in and out. There'll be some movements just around your nostril area. And just observe this breath as it goes in and out. Be relaxed as you watch. The mind is alert, but the mind is also relaxed. Like the way that you'll sit at the beach, watching the waves come and go. Sometimes it helps for us to do a little bit of counting, so to make sure that the mind remains on the breath. So if counting works for you, then you can try counting your breath in and out, 1, in and out 2, and so on, after the count of 10, after which you return back to number 1. If at any stage, if your mind happen to drift off somewhere, the moment you know that it's drifted off, bring it back, bring your mind back again to the breath and continue where you left. If you can't even remember the number that you were at before the mind started drifting off, you could return back to number 1. Okay, so let us just watch the breath. Now let us watch our breath in another way. As you breathe in, you calm yourself. And as you breathe out, you smile in your heart and you relax. Now we'll send loving kindness to different groups of people. The first group of people whom we're full of gratitude for the kindness and for all the sacrifices that they have made on our behalf. Here we can think of our parents or your grandparents, your teachers, your mentors. If you are sending loving kindness, for instance, to your mother, you guys just think of your mother sitting in front of you. She's in a good frame of mind, and you speak to her from your heart. You say, Mother, may your heart be peaceful and free. May your mind be happy. May your body be healthy. May you be well and happy. Think about her qualities. Think about her love and kindness and the sacrifice she has made for you. In the same manner, you could send loving kindness to your father, to your grandparents, to your teachers. And now send your loving thoughts, your thoughts of loving kindness, your wishes of metta to your immediate family members, sending them to your spouse, to your children, to your grandchildren. If you don't happen to have an immediate family, then you can send loving kindness to your brothers and sisters, to your nephews and nieces. You make use of the 4 wishes. You can send your loving kindness to them one by one or in group. Just think about them, have their image In your mind, as you say, may your heart be peaceful and free. May your mind be happy. May your body be healthy. May you be well and happy. Sending your loving kindness to your immediate family members. Now let us send our thoughts of loving kindness to all beings in different parts of the world. Just imagine that all beings of this world are gathered around you, and they have all assumed a human form. So there are beings in every direction. Sending your loving thoughts to all the beings in the forward direction. Beings in the forward direction, may your heart be peaceful and free. May your mind be happy. May your body be healthy. May you be well and happy. All the beings in the forward direction. Beings in the rightward direction. Sending your wishes of loving kindness to all of them. Beings in the backward direction. Beings in the leftward direction. beings in the downward direction, beings in the upward direction. And remember to send loving kindness to yourself as well. May my heart be peaceful and free. May my mind be happy. May my body be healthy. May I be well and happy. Let us make a closing invocation, making some aspirations. Emina punya kamena mame bala samagamo satang samagamo tu yavanibana patiya. O Buddha, my spiritual master and refuge, thank you for the blessings, guidance, and protection. The Dhamma, holy saints and spiritual teachers, Bodhisattvas, Dhamma protectors, and devas, thank you for the blessings, guidance, and protection. May the Buddha be at my head, the Dhamma in my heart, the Sangha by my side, to guide and protect me always. May suffering ones be suffering free, and the fear-struck fearless be. May the grieving shed all grief, and may all beings find relief. May all beings share in these merits that we have generated. May these merits help to bring them good health, happiness, and peace. May beings inhabiting space and earth, devas and nagas of mighty power, to share in these merits of ours, and may they long protect the Buddha's asana. Let's say sadhu. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu.